Aloha, and welcome to the Radiant Womb Masterclass. I'm excited to share everything you need to know to awaken your fertility naturally, enjoy pain-free menstrual cycles, and heal your womb. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's get right into it. Many of us grow up believing that fertility will come easily, and we spend our lives focusing on how to prevent pregnancy, resorting to hormonal contraceptives and other preventatives. When the time to conceive comes and conception does not come easily, we are shocked. What is wrong with me? Why is my body failing me? If this has been your experience, love, nothing is wrong with you. Our bodies are in constant communication with our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, and our environment. The way that we think about our lives, the food that we put into our bodies, the toxins that we're exposed to on a daily basis, the way that we feel about our childhood experiences, even the way that our mothers felt when we were in their wombs. All of these things have an effect on our fertility. Being fertile and experiencing optimal womb health is much more than just what's happening physically within our bodies. It goes deep into our emotional, our mental, and our spiritual experiences of life as well. There is a powerful new generation of souls, healers, wisdom keepers, and earth protectors coming to the planet. And they're asking that their stewards, their parents, are awake, aware, and deeply connected, balanced and healthy, and capable of carrying out the tremendous task of consciously raising a child to hold sacred space for their upbringing so that they can bring their gifts to the planet without having to play catch up. Conscious conception begins with acknowledging that the future generation deserves to come in with a clean slate and a fresh opportunity at existence, free of trauma and pain, an existence that is rooted in the vibration of love. That the intention to bring a child into the world is bigger than just a personal desire. It's part of a higher purpose, a divine ordination. This is an act that will create more healing and love on our planet. Many of you here today have been called upon to steward in this next generation. Now, what if you're not here today with the intention of having a baby? Perhaps you've been experiencing painful or heavy or irregular or even absent menstrual cycles or other womb imbalances like blocked tubes, fibroids, cysts, PCOS, endometriosis. How is it all connected? Cultivating a healthy womb extends beyond just having a fertile place to grow a baby. Our womb health is a reflection of our overall health. And if our womb health is not optimal, our fertility is impacted, as well as our menstrual cycles, our hormonal health, and our emotional health. So when our womb health is left unattended to, manifestations that begin in the womb can extend out into other parts of our body, compromising our immune systems and creating further illness, disease, and even cancer. The womb sits at the center of the second chakra. This is the sacral chakra, which governs our creativity, our connection to our sensuality, sexual intimacy and pleasure, our emotions, our inner child, and our divine feminine energy. All of these aspects are connected to the way that our womb functions. And our womb health is a result of the ways in which we are in relationship with these elements in our lives. It is all so connected. So cultivating womb health is not just for the woman that is desiring to conceive. It's also for the woman who desires to be creatively expressive, the woman desiring to feel radiant and alive and excited about life, free in her sensuality, able to experience pleasure in life, abundant in wealth and prosperity, balanced and flowing with her emotions, and deeply connected to her divine feminine essence, relaxed and receptive in life, and incredibly magnetic to the life of her dreams. If this describes what you are desiring, I'm here. to help you get to this place. But before we do that, a brief introduction to who I am and why I am an incredible resource for you on your fertility and womb healing journey. My name is Candace Neves, and I am an intuitive womb health coach and natural fertility specialist. My work in the world is in supporting women who are having difficulty getting pregnant, navigating womb imbalances, and those desiring to consciously prepare for conception to attune to the wisdom of their bodies, to heal themselves in mind, body, and spirit, to balance their wombs, and to naturally conceive their children. My journey to get here began with a tremendous amount of pain, sadness, and heartbreak, as many of the greatest love stories and triumphs often do. It took 7 very long years to conceive my first daughter. And the entire experience was so surprising and humbling. I was literally the healthiest person that I knew. I worked as a holistic health coach, supporting others to heal chronic illness and cancer. I lived and embodied the philosophies that I taught. I ate well, I exercised often, I checked off all the boxes. So why wasn't I getting pregnant? I started to wonder, what is wrong with me? Why is my body failing me? I felt shame and embarrassment at my inability to create a new life. And everyone around me had an opinion and a suggestion. Have you tried this cleanse? Did you do this yet? Make sure not to eat this. Make love in this position. There were so many suggestions, and many of the comments that I received were thoughtless and painful. No one knew how deep of a struggle it was, wanting so badly to be a mother and not being able to get there. My journey included a heartbreaking miscarriage, fibroids, and even eventually finding out that I had 2 blocked fallopian tubes, at which point doctors told me that I would never conceive naturally. And they said my only chance at conception was to fly to another island to do IVF. And even then, my success was not guaranteed. I didn't believe it. My inner voice said, no, this is not your truth. Keep going on your holistic healing path. You can and you will do this. I listened to that inner voice, and I took very specific steps to heal myself while maintaining full faith that I could. And 4 short months later, I conceived my first daughter completely naturally. And her sister was also conceived naturally after just 2 months of prayer. And then she was birthed ecstatically into the world on our organic farm and homestead here in Hawaii. So I had 2 powerful and beautiful natural home births. Now I get to teach women how to do the same thing, how to tune into the power that lies within them to heal themselves. Because the truth is, you are your own greatest healer. My own experience has proven this point and shown me the importance of faith and intuition on the path to healing. When we work with nature to seek to heal at the root cause of imbalance, incorporating the health of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, anything is possible. And a white coat does not equal God. I'd like to emphasize this one. When I began sharing my story of self-healing, countless women started coming forth with stories of lies that doctors told them about their womb health and their ability to heal themselves and to conceive. And these were women who also healed themselves against all the odds. They birthed children naturally in their late 40s. They defied what was supposedly physiologically possible for them and got pregnant when every doctor said they couldn't. We often refer to these babies who are conceived against the odds as miracles, but perhaps we are the miracle. And perhaps it is in our remembrance and our embodiment of this truth that we experience our own healing miracles and manifestations in life. If you receive a diagnosis, You get to decide what you're going to do with that information. Don't let a doctor tell you that you can't have a baby because of your age. Don't let a doctor tell you you can't have a baby because of your egg quality. Don't let a doctor tell you that you can't have a baby because of the present state of your body. Even if both of your tubes are blocked, like mine were, this is not an end all. It is one very temporary moment in time. And your body is a miracle. It's constantly changing, and healing is the body's tendency. We are naturally inclined to find homeostasis and balance, and our bodies give us signals and clues as to how to get there. We just have to know how to listen. So we've already covered a lot of important information today, and today I'd like to do two things. First, I will give you a powerful outline of how to summon your own inner healer and know what steps you specifically need to take to awaken your fertility naturally, enjoy pain-free cycles, and heal your womb. Second, I will offer you the opportunity to receive my support in my 6-week course, Womb in Full Bloom, at a discounted rate. Womb in Full Bloom is a powerful healing container that has already helped a number of women conceive and achieve amazing results in womb healing, natural fertility, and cycle balancing. So since you are here today, I'll also be offering a limited time discounted offer on the course. And whether or not this is a fit for you, you will walk away with something massively valuable to help you transform your womb health today. And if you stick around and make it to the end of this call, which is only going to be about 45 minutes to an hour, you'll also have the chance to book a free one-on-one call with me to talk about where you're at on your womb healing journey and how I can best serve and support you. So put your phone on airplane mode if you haven't yet, and get out a pen and a journal or notebook and get ready to receive. Let's begin with the 6-step process of how to summon your own inner healer to know what steps you need to take to awaken your fertility naturally, enjoy pain-free cycles, and heal your womb. Step 1, know thyself. You are a unique being. There is no one like you on the planet. You have your own unique design, your own body type, your own nutritional needs, past and life experiences. So your healing path is also going to be unique to your own needs. Now, the better that you know yourself on all levels, the more easily you can tap into what your body, mind, and spirit all need for healing. So this means embarking on a journey of self-study, and it can look like exploring various modalities like Ayurveda, astrology, gene keys, human design, the Enneagram, even love languages to better understand who you are and how you function and what you need to heal and thrive in life. And this also means knowing what brings you the most joy and happiness in your life and being crystal clear on your intentions on your life path. So to truly care for and heal yourself, you must know thyself so deeply at the core. Step 2, eat for womb health. Embracing a diet that is specifically nourishing and beneficial to your womb health is so key on your healing journey. I love the Ann Wigmore quote, "The food that you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison." It is absolutely true. And the sad truth is that we live in a world, especially if you're here in the US, where the great majority of the foods that are considered normal and are most commonly consumed in our society are actually harmful to our health. Now, many of you know this fact well, even live it well, and are still struggling to achieve the health results that you desire. I've been there too. I was a holistic health and nutrition coach, and literally the healthiest person I knew during the time I was also struggling to conceive. I'm also a Virgo by sun sign, and I take my health very seriously. I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. I implement healthy routines and I stick to them. So it was baffling when I couldn't conceive. I thought I had my diet dialed in to a T. It turns out that many of the foods that we're taught are healthy aren't necessarily nourishing to our womb health specifically. So as women, we require a different diet than our male counterparts. And also hormonally, we cycle on a 28, roughly 29-day cycle and have different needs throughout that cycle, whereas men operate on a 24-hour hormonal cycle. So we need to eat for a woman's body and a woman's cycle and for women's wellness. Now, there's a lot of information out there. To achieve radiant womb health, you'll need to know what foods to eat and what not to eat, how to nourish yourself through the phases of your cycle, and how to use herbal wisdom, which is a profound ally on this journey, and which herbs to incorporate for fertility and womb health, as well as how to cultivate and maintain a healthy relationship with food and tend to emotional eating and regulating your nervous system. All of this is so important. Step 3, understand your womb and how to align with your cycle. These are the pieces that I wish we were being taught in sex ed as teenagers. This is the information that every woman needs to know from the onset of puberty or earlier. As women, we have been blessed with a menstrual cycle, a 28-day, roughly, journey of fluctuating hormones and a beautiful process of shedding, releasing, building, creation, and renewal. It's a monthly rebirth. Now, our modern day society tells us that to bleed is to be cursed. We see it as dirty. It's an inconvenience. It's something to hide away and avoid at all costs. And we ignore the signals that our body is trying to give us through menstrual cramps and PMS. And instead we numb the sensations and try to push through the experience, dreading the onset of another cycle each month. I imagine a world where young women are taught to hold their monthly cycles in the light of beauty, reverence, and deep gratitude. Because we bleed, we can create new life. Imagine if we as a collective were in right relationship with our cycles, and we use this time to be in ritual and to slow down and to understand the process that our body is undergoing, and to honor our body's wisdom and our own intuitive sense, and how we can shift our lives in a healing way. Imagine if instead of numbing out of the experience, we dove into it with curiosity and joy, embracing the opportunity to release, renew, and rebirth each month, and consciously cultivating our creative energy through our monthly cycles. It might sound really far from your current reality. Developing an understanding of how your body functions and how to align with each of the 4 hormonal phases of your cycle throughout a month's time will enable you to appreciate and relate to your cycle in a new way, to honor your body, to know when to rest and when to be more active, and ultimately to give you more energy, greater ease, more balance, and joy throughout all phases of your 28-day cycle, including when you menstruate. Menstruation can be blissful. I have the most beautiful cycles. I look forward to them. There's no pain. There's no more cramping. And love, you deserve to experience this bliss too. Your body is made for it. I just wish I could have known that. I made this video to share with you all the things that I wish I knew on my 7-year journey. So you deserve to have pain-free, feel great cycles. Step 4, I want you to know how to care for your womb on a daily basis using RWC practices. So I've termed something that I call radical womb care, RWC. And our wombs, our creative centers, desire to be loved and cared for on a daily basis, like how we brush our teeth every single day. We also need to care for our wombs on a daily basis. So practices like yoni steaming, womb massage, castor oil packs, and doing womb meditations can support the process of self-healing in a profoundly effective way. And in the Woman Full Bloom course, I give you a complete how-to of each of these practices, as well as any precautionary measures, tips, and support as you explore your own radical womb care. A little water break. Take it if you need it. All right. Step 5. Heal your past, your trauma, and your ancestry. Okay. This is where a lot of the biggest work happens. I find that the majority of my clients are processing trauma of some kind, be it small or big, sometimes stemming from childhood or past relationships. Often it's something that was passed on to them when they were in their mother's womb. Sometimes it's cycling through their lineage from an event or experience that happened a long time ago and hasn't yet been cleared in the ancestral line. So all of these experiences from your life and your ancestors' lives matter and can play a role in your present day womb health. The way your mother felt when you were in her womb and during the moment of your birth impacts you directly. Therefore, it's crucial to look at and address these experiences, and most importantly, to move the old energetic imprints out of the body. In my course, we do this using somatic therapy, meditation, breath work, and yoga specifically aimed at clearing trauma and healing ancestral experiences. We have rituals to process our rage, our anger, our grief, all of it. It's not just about feeling good. It's also about creating an outlet for what hasn't felt good and may be suppressed, what's lying under the surface. So having a supportive environment to do so can be life-changing. And finally, we have step 6, which is rewire your brain to support a fertile and healing mindset. You may be discouraged about your fertility or your ability to heal yourself. I know the journey can be long and disheartening. You may have been told that it's not looking good for you, or conception or healing is unlikely, even impossible. Maybe it's something a doctor or another medical professional told you, someone you trusted. Maybe it's a myth perpetuated in society, a story about age and fertility. Whatever thoughts you think about your own healing process will inform your outcome. So rewiring your brain to embrace a fertile and healing mindset is the quantum leap into your most fertile and radiant health yet. I deeply desire to see women heal. I want you to overcome what you are going through. So I have a few extra notes to support you on your self-healing journey. Remember that we are living in a culture that is literally culturing us in the opposite direction of our fertility. And this means that the great majority of us are interacting with hormonal disrupting chemicals on a daily and repetitive basis and are completely unaware of it. We're sold foods, body care products, and household cleaning products that are so detrimental to our health and well-being, and we think it's normal. Detoxification on the journey is so important. Clearing out those toxins, getting them out of the body in a way that is safe, gentle, and sustainable for a pending pregnancy. And even when pregnancy is not the goal, chemicals accumulating in your body leads to illness and disease. Period. It's time to get it out. We live in a society that tells us to go, 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 and do, and produce more and work harder. And we have normalized the condition of burnout, even glorified it. How can you thrive if your programming tells you that the only way to succeed is to do it at the expense of your health and your happiness and your wellness? The path to greater fertility is the path of balance, of learning how to slow down and move at the pace of nature. You'll have to make some big changes in your life, in your day-to-day life, and in your psyche in order to let go of the way that you have been living, in order to let go of the pace that you've been going at. Remember that you are not here to do this alone. There is great value in community and a safe space, and having a safe space and having community, a place to be held on your healing journey, to speak about what's going on openly, and to feel supported and held as you change and transform and welcome in a new timeline and reality for yourself. So this is why I have created the Woman Full Bloom course for you. Woman Full Bloom is a 6-week self-love journey to heal your womb, to awaken your fertility, and to reclaim your radiance, your vitality, and your joy. We cover 6 modules over 6 weeks in the areas of self-awareness, personal power and intention, womb and fertility nutritional support, herbal wisdom, menstrual health, healing womb imbalances at the root cause of what formed them, healing trauma, ancestral trauma, trauma incurred at birth, clearing energy from toxic relationships, healing from miscarriages or abortions, cord cutting. We do all of this. We explore powerful holistic modalities like yoni steams and castor oil packs, womb massage, and we do all of this in the context of sisterhood. We bring our beautiful private community of like-minded souls together over live Zoom calls and in a private Facebook group so that every woman who joins the program has the opportunity to be seen, heard, and witnessed in her transformation process and receive live one-on-one support from me. I guide you through powerful healing meditations, and I teach somatic practices to clear and release trauma and pain from your past and to clear space for a bright and beautiful future aligned with your greatest dreams and goals. So in April of 2022, I birthed the Awakening Fertility Masterclass. Maybe you've taken it or have seen it advertised. And then the Woman Full Bloom course followed in 2023. And we've already seen profoundly healing results with women getting pregnant after years without success, shrinking tumors and healing fibroids after years of unexplained pain and no answers from doctors, women having their first pain-free cycles, and finally attaining the radiance and vitality that they've desired in life. I've even had the pleasure of holding 3 of the babies that I helped bring into being so far. And one was a gorgeous child that my friend Kiki recently birthed into the world. And I would love to share Kiki's testimonial of our work together. So I'm going to share that with you now. So here's Kiki and her beautiful baby. And Kiki says, I conceived the same month I connected to Candace about my fertility and fully realized it's a spiritual journey. We had been trying for a year and a half. My conversations with her shifted my awareness away from trying to do all the right things and rather to let go and allow a conversation with God to guide me towards our baby. I'm now holding my 6-week-old baby with love and gratitude for the mystery of life. I feel I have found a kindred spirit in Candace as an intuitive, sensitive, and empathic mother and sister. Her kind heart holds space for all women who are along this beautiful journey, and what a blessing it is to cross paths with her. I would recommend a one-on-one session with her to connect deeply to her intuitive gifts that can help lead you to what is holding you back. Often the women that I work with aren't desiring to conceive, but are interested in healing in other areas and experiencing greater radiance and joy and vitality in their lives. And I had a really surprising and beautiful experience working with a woman named Taylor, who intuitively felt that womb healing would be the path to healing years of unexplained spinal tumors and debilitating pain. So Taylor joined us in the first round of Womb in Full Bloom and was able to shrink the tumor that was growing on her spine, significantly reducing her pain and restoring her faith in her ability to heal herself, despite what doctors had told her. And all of this happened by the 6th week of Womb in Full Bloom. So let's get this slideshow up again. And I will share Taylor's words with you here. My uterus did a major purge. My tailbone had been protruding for 2 years due to some mystery. Doctors have always blown off my thoughts that my uterus is somehow the root cause of the condition that I'm dealing with. And my second cycle after starting the program, my entire period was pure blood clots, 5 days, and the clots were just nonstop. And after that period, I woke up one morning, and as I was getting dressed, I noticed that for the first time in years, my tailbone was back in its rightful place. 2 things happened right after discovering that. 1, I had less back pain and more mobility in my hips, which is a big one since my mobility has been really limited. 2, it was what I needed to not feel crazy. Anytime I had ever gone to a doctor and tried to get them to hear me out, they would always ask me to prove why I thought my uterus was involved with my back issues. And I had no proof, just a gut feeling. Gut feelings don't go far with medical professionals, she says. It has given me the confidence to heal what I have on my own by trusting myself and healing in a way that speaks to me. I just love this. Taylor goes on to say, I loved the tools offered to help learn about myself. I loved leaning into making tea blends and finding such feminine bliss while on my period. It amazes me how my cycle is now my favorite time of the month because I feel ethereal during. I get to dive into this little fairy world of healing, and it just makes me so happy. And as a mother of 2 daughters, it brings me so much peace knowing that I will be able to guide my daughters in a way so that they will never villainize their feminine essence. I am simply so grateful. The shift in perspective and power I have felt returning these last few months has given me so much peace and hope. Thank you, Taylor. I cried when I received the news of Taylor's healing. Let me get back to a full screen here. She was probably the person that I had prayed for the most because I knew how immediate and constant Taylor's pain was. And she told me on our first call that she couldn't bend over to pick up her 7-year-old daughter. And she just wanted to be able to ride bikes with her daughters and pick them up again. And she'd already endured 3 unsuccessful surgeries and years of pain. And my heart just broke for her. So finding out that the lump in her tailbone was gone and that the pain was down significantly and her mobility was returning was huge. When Sandy joined Womb in Full Bloom, she was navigating PCOS and painful cycles, and she deeply desired to feel more connected to her womanly power. And so after the course completed, I received this testimonial from Sandy. Since completing the Womb in Full Bloom course, I feel more knowledgeable about my beautiful womanly body and more in tune with my femininity. Prior to the course, I felt a victim to my cycle and a stranger to my body, but now I embody my true essence. Having a container for free expression was powerful. I also understood my PCOS on an energetic level, and it was a wound I didn't even realize I needed to heal. Womb in Full Bloom provided me with the information, tools, and support I needed to heal my womb and fertility naturally. My favorite module was Module 3, aligning with the menstrual cycle. I most loved having all of the information I'd need as a woman in one place. Yay, Sandy. Knowing how this work is supporting my clients to heal and to manifest the life of their dreams completely lights me up. And it is such a joy and a deep honor for me to serve in this way. And I would love to serve you. You deserve to feel embodied in your beautiful feminine essence. You deserve to be connected to your monthly cycle, even loving and looking forward to your bleed. You deserve to hold your baby in your arms and have full confidence in your body's ability to create, to gestate, and to sustain new life. You deserve to heal your womb completely and to feel at ease in every single cell of your body. You can heal. Your body is a miracle and you are designed for healing. You deserve overflowing creativity, to feel deeply connected to your intuition, your pleasure, your joy, and your vital energy, to feel radiant and inspired and alive. This life is available for you, and Womb in Full Bloom is the pathway. And I invite you to join us on this journey. So let's recap. What's in store for your womb healing love? In Womb in Full Bloom, you will receive and utilize tools and practices that you need to massively upgrade your life and experience your greatest health and radiance yet. You will feel confident, connected, deeply held, and supported on your journey to conception, vitality, and creativity. You will find trust in your body. You'll expand your capacity to feel love and joy. You'll learn how to deepen your intuitive sense and allow it to guide you in all areas of your life. And you will relish in the support of sisterhood as you journey toward the life of your dreams. I'm so excited to meet you and to embark on this sacred and beautiful journey together. Click the link below to sign up today, and thank you so much for being here.